One of the most interesting developments in the horror gaming landscape in the last few years has been the emergence of what most people refer to as PS1 style horror, an analog horror styled video game made to mimic early 2000s PlayStation and PlayStation 1 era graphics. Even though this sounds like it'd be a very niche subject, games like The Closing Shift by Chilla's Art, Fears to Fathom series by Rail, and of course, the undisputed king of the genre, Puppet Combo, have all created titles that stand out as not only beautiful works of era-specific art, but also as undoubtedly creepy and tremendously unnerving. As the medium of horror evolves and newer creators with more and more unique perspectives on the genre continue to enter into the spotlight, there seems to be a never-ending stream of new and horrifying experiences that gamers and viewers alike can dip their toes into. However, very recently, there's been a mostly unknown creator that has been creating horror-related content on TikTok seemingly right under the public nose. Content that has been so wildly popular that now game developers are chomping at the bits to be part of this new style of fright. The creator in question is adult film actress Molly Moon. It always feels a little odd referring to someone who uploads to the Orange site as being an actress, but if in all good faith I can be called entertaining, I suppose both things must be true. Molly's first foray into the digital public spotlight began with Onlyfans in March of 2021, which seems to be her primary creative outlet, as she still uploads to the site actively to this day. That's about all I want to read on that. The focus of today's video, however, began being uploaded on the 20th of September 2022, when on a TikTok account called Molly Moon 2, she would upload herself speaking to the camera as if addressing an individual on the streets. With the now iconic introduction of
"Excuse me, sir?"
Molly asks us if we'd be willing to walk her home, citing a concern about her crazy ex-boyfriend. Seemingly having accepted her request, Molly thanks us and makes sure that we know just how much she appreciates our kindness by making direct, unblinking eye contact as she begins to lead us back home. What a nice young woman. Having arrived home without incident, she thanks us for the favor, commenting on the fact that we seem a lot taller when we're awake. Wow, complimentary too. What a gal. The video ends with Molly inviting us into her house for dinner, stating that she's starving and could eat just about anything. Again, what a nice girl. I can't imagine how anyone could have ever seen this video and thought, oh wait, I see it now. This was just the first in what would become a common staple of Moon's channel. Future uploads following a similar pattern of a whole I'm secretly a spider monster in a woman's body sort of spooky themed videos. Where her content really started to pop off though would come just a few months later in November, when Moon would upload a video very similar to her older content, but with a very different tone to it. You see, in this video, her editing style more closely resembled an old school point-and-click adventure game, complete with dialogue options, wildly decompressed and distorted audio, creepy sound effects, and jumpy, rigidy movements that appeared closer to stop motion as opposed to a more modern and smooth animation style. Despite the more antiquated look and feel of the video, however, many fans appreciated the stylistic decision and found that they only improved the quality of the horror that Moon was trying to present in her content. As you can see for yourself, the videos that featured a more low-poly video game style more often than not wildly outpaced her previous content, which, in and of itself, was already doing some big numbers. Her more modern content seemed to have proved popular enough to have potentially caught the attention of some big names in the indie horror game scene. As the other day, the Twitter account of the dev team behind the wildly unique and wildly popular Faith the Unholy Trinity shared a GIF on Twitter featuring a very familiar face. From our first person's perspective, we appear to be sitting in a basement playing cards against Moon herself. The 3 cards we're holding in our hand contain very strange-looking names above very strange-looking caricatures. Upon closer inspection, we can see that these names are actually spelled in reverse, the names reading as Airdorf, Faith's main game developer, Molly Moon, the woman we've been talking about for the last number of minutes, and Jesse Cox, the producer of the Monster Prom series. If Monster Prom sounds familiar, you're most likely a fan of Game Grumps. Or you're a fan of my friend Theros Astus, who I've collaborated with during multiple different streams playing just about every single Monster Prom game under the sun. Aside from just outing myself as a teenage girl, my larger point is that the Monster Prom series is an incredibly well-written, well-paced, and well-planned game, And when you combine that with the outstanding artistic and storytelling talents of Erdorf and the creepy concept that Moon is bringing to the table, whatever game these three are cooking up is sure to be something special. Of course, whether it's good or it's bad, this as of yet unveiled game will surely be historic, as, to my knowledge anyway, it will be the first indie horror game of the modern era to mimic a point-and-click style adventure to such a degree. And I would imagine that, if for nothing else, the creativity will be enough to draw in a massive audience eager to support their favorite creators, whomever it may be. But hey, those are just my thoughts, and now I'd like to hear yours. Aside from the fact that it's a game starring a cute Onlyfans model, are you looking forward to this game? The art style and execution alone are, to me, interesting enough that it'll be worth checking out. Let me know what you think down in the comments. For now, though, I thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe and stuff, and I'll see you all out there in the wasteland.